Good morning, math lovers! I'm Teacher Alma, and welcome to the world of numbers. Today, I will guide you on how to solve quadratic equation using quadratic formula. The objectives of the lessons are: identify the real numbers A, B, and C. Solve quadratic equations using quadratic formula. And appreciate solving quadratic equation using quadratic formula by answering fun activities. Before we discuss further, let's have first this Identify Me activity. Identify the value of A, B, and C to the following quadratic equations. Number 1. X squared minus 5x minus 14 is equal to 0. The value of A is equal to 1. B is equal to negative 5. And C is equal to negative 14. How about in number 2? 2x squared minus 3x minus 27 is equal to 0. What is the value of A? A is equal to 2. B is equal to negative 3. And C is equal to negative 27. How about in number 3? 3x squared minus 4x is equal to 0. The value of A is equal to 3. B is equal to negative 4. And C is equal to 0. For number 4, 9r squared minus 25 is equal to 0. The value of A is equal to 9. B is equal to 0. And C is equal to negative 25. Students, you got it all correct! Our lesson for today is all about quadratic equation. What is quadratic equation? Quadratic equation is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Our lesson for today is all about solving quadratic equation using quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Let's have example number 1. Solve using the quadratic formula. X squared is equal to x plus 20. Let's write first in standard form. X squared minus x minus 20 is equal to 0. The value of a is equal to 1. B is equal to negative 1 and C is equal to negative 20. Then, use the quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then, substitute 1 for a, negative 1 for b, and negative 20 for c. Then, let's simplify. X is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 80 all over 2. Then, simplify again. X is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 81 all over 2, which is equal to 1 plus or minus 9 all over 2. Then, write as two equations. X is equal to 1 plus 9 over 2 or x is equal to 1 minus 9 over 2. Then solve each equation. Therefore, the value of x is equal to 5 or x is equal to negative 4. Example number 2. Solve using the quadratic formula. The given quadratic equation is negative 3x squared plus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Let's identify A, B, and C. A is equal to negative 3, B is equal to 5, and C is equal to 2. Then, use the quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then, let's substitute negative 3 for a, 5 for b, and 2 for c. Then, let's simplify. X is equal to negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus negative 24 all over negative 6. Then, we simplify now. X is equal to negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 49 all over negative 6. Then, we have now negative 5 plus or minus 7 all over negative 6. Then, let's write as two equations. X is equal to negative 5 plus 7 all over negative 6, or x is equal to negative 5 minus 7 all over negative 6. Then, the value of x now is equal to negative 1/3, or x is equal to 2. For the third example, the given quadratic equation is 2 minus 5x squared is equal to negative 9x. We're going to write this in standard form. So we have now negative 5x squared plus 9x plus 2 is equal to 0. Then, identify the value of a, b, and c. Then we're going to use the quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then, we substitute negative 5 for a, 9 for b, and 2 for c. Then, we simplify. X is equal to negative 9 plus or minus the square root of 81 plus 40 all over negative 10. Then, we simplify again. X is equal to negative 9 plus or minus the square root of 121 all over negative 10. Then simplify again. Negative 9 plus or minus 11 all over negative 10. Then we're going to write as two equations. X is equal to negative 9 plus 11 all over negative 10. Or x is equal to negative 9 minus 11 all over negative 10. So the value of x is equal to negative 1/5, or x is equal to 2. Do you have any question in the given examples? If not, let's have this activity. You are only given 1 minute to solve the given problem. Solve using the quadratic formula. 6x squared plus 5x minus 4 is equal to 0. The answer, x is equal to 1/2 and x is equal to negative 4/3. Did you learn how to solve the quadratic equation using quadratic formula? Remember, to solve the quadratic equations using quadratic formula, write the quadratic equation in standard form. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then, identify the values of a, b, C. Then, write the quadratic formula. Then substitute in the values of A, B, and C and simplify to get the answer. That's all for now, my dear students. Remember, you and I are like solutions of the quadratic equation because discriminant is negative by Bishop Shawar.